Evening one and all. We welcome you all to the national webinar on education, research, employment, entrepreneurship, and volunteering in psychology. Organized by Department of Clinical Psychology, Helen Keller Institute of Research and Rehabilitation for the Disabled Children, Hyderabad, India. Respected Chairperson, Principal, faculty members, directors, researchers, students, and distinguished participants. It's my privilege to welcome you all to the national webinar, which is not limited to counseling or clinical practice, but it is a multi-sector discipline shaping health, education, industry, sports, technology, governance, community health, and well-being. This webinar is focused on to provide a clear and practical roadmap on how to study psychology, how to build skills, and how to convert qualifications into meaningful careers and create a social impact in society. So, we will be understanding the educational pathways in psychology from undergraduate to postgraduate and doctoral programs which are being offered to regular mode. And as part of this, Rehabilitation Council of India has launched 4 years BSc Clinical Psychology Honors course. And this year, it has been launched in Telangana for the first time, and the only college at Helen Keller Institute of Research and Rehabilitation for Disabled Children. So the spot admissions are going on for the year 2025-26 and are soon going to be closed. So those who have intermediate qualification, that is +2 with BPC and MPC, with 50% marks for general category, and for SC and ST, 45% marks are eligible to join the course. Similarly, after this, you can go for MA Clinical Psychology and then for PsyD or PhD in Psychology. We'll also look at identifying career domains like clinical, counseling, school, organizational, sports, health, neuro, forensic, research, policy, and various domains where you can practice, including NGOs, and learn about research opportunities and skills for UGC projects, ICSSR, and doctoral program readiness, and also explore employment sectors like organizations, corporates, NGOs, governments, startups, hospitals, clinics, schools, colleges, and so on. And also understand entrepreneurship opportunities by setting up private practice models, clinics, counseling centers, edtech centers, mental health startups, and so on. And also discover volunteering and social impact pathways for experience, and also CV building, and build a personal career roadmap with realistic milestones. So, apart from this, before getting into the session, we would like to briefly introduce you about the organization, which is a 4-decade-year-old organization, which has set up itself unique identity. Helen Keller's Institute of Research and Rehabilitation for the Disabled Children, which is a unit of Helen Keller School for the Deaf, which is a registered society and non-profit voluntary organization committed for the cause of disability in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states. The organization is extending its services for the last 38 years, 40 years. So this year, we are celebrating 40 years. Of services. Services include special education, clinical services, rehabilitation services, capacity building, manpower development, running long-term and short-term training programs, research and development services in the area of disability education and clinical psychology. As part of special education, Institute provides special education facility to the children with special need from preschool to SSC, that is 10th class, both in Telugu and English medium through Helen Keller School for the Deaf and MR Children, which is recognized by the government of Telangana. And higher secondary education is provided, intermediate education to the hearing impaired children with MEC and CEC, both in Telugu and English medium through JPM Junior College for the Deaf, recognized by Government of Telangana Intermediate Board. These two school projects are supported by the Government of India under DDRS scheme. And coming to higher education, that is university education, institution also provides undergraduate courses in commerce, both in Telugu and English medium, to the hearing impaired children through Helen Keller's Degree College for the Deaf, affiliated to Usmania University. This project is self-financed, therefore donors, sponsors, support is required, which is a constant support for the institute. Institute's vision is to empower the individuals with hearing impairment and communication disorder by providing equal opportunity in all walks of life. The mission includes to sensitize the general public, government, non-government, and parents of disabled children, and to provide quality of primary education and higher education to the disabled children, to run manpower and research development program in the field of disability rehabilitation, to provide clinical and rehabilitative services to the needy people with disability. And it has future plans to upgrade the institute into a special deemed university for the deaf, which could be the first university for the deaf in the country. According to the World Health Organization, 11% of the total population is disabled, of which approximately 3.6 people are suffering from speech and hearing problems. But the services available for the special group of people is negligible, and there is scarcity of professionals in India. As per the Rehabilitation Council of India, RCA, there is a need for 10,000 speech and audiology professionals and 50,000 special educators, special teachers in India. And moreover, there is emerging need for providing higher education to the deaf, hearing impaired to have socio-economic equalization in the country. This emerging need in the field of education and rehabilitation for the children with differently able forced us to start this small institute in 1985 with limited facilities, and now it has been upgraded to the level of university with different courses like BA SLP, Speech Language Pathology, and MSc Audiology, MSc Speech Language Pathology, and BD Special Education Hearing Impaired. This is the only institution providing education to the hearing impaired from preschool to university education in Asian countries under one roof. Presently, there are 1,000 children with special needs being imparted education services This is the only degree college providing BCom computers and BCom general, both in Telugu and English medium in Telangana state. So apart from that, coming to the success of the institute, the institute has grown from 10 deaf students to 1,000 deaf students over the past 40 years and since 1985. 40 years united service towards the people with disability in the country and provides special education from preschool to university for the hearing impaired, scattered in 14 rented buildings by paying around 45 lakhs per annum, providing services as being non-profit organization. Residential accommodation is provided for 350 students from age group 4 to 18, both boys and girls, free education for school-going deaf and MR children. And 90% of the school expenditure is supported by the Government of India under DDRS scheme. So nominal fees is collected for higher education as there is no grant or support from the government. So donors or sponsors can uh, use this opportunity to sponsor children for their education. Under manpower development program, more than 4,500 special educators, 650 bachelors, 250 masters in audiology and speech language pathology professionals were trained and qualified to work with needy. Till now, around 2,900 deaf students passed out class 10, that is secondary board exam, and 2,400 and around 2,450 deaf students passed out class 8 and around 3,100 deaf students passed out BCom computers and BCom general till date. About 4,400 alumni deaf students are employed by various private and government sectors from basic to guested officer level, and 100% placement is given to our rehabilitation professional alumni. That is ASLP students of UG and PG and BEd Special Education HI. It is hearing impaired in India and abroad at various clinical, technical, and educational setup. So regular clinical and rehabilitation services are offered for all age groups for consultation. So anyone who require can visit the organization for clinical services. Special services are being offered to senior citizens and disabled children from below poverty line, and research and documentation activities are also being carried out regularly. Our students and staff are encouraged to do research papers and published in India and abroad. 1,50,200 beneficiaries helped in rural camps and awareness programs so far. So 3,800 free hearing aids distributed to below poverty line beneficiaries. As part of capacity building program and manpower development, institution provides manpower rehabilitation professionals to work with speech and hearing disabled children and adults across the country, running short-term and long-term courses like BSLP, MSc Audiology, MSc SLP, BEd Special Education, Hearing Impaired, and DEd Special Education, Hearing Impaired, which are approved by Rehabilitation Council of India and affiliated to Osmania University. Short-term training programs like workshops, seminars, symposiums, hands-on training, and CRE programs to provide up-to-date knowledge to the professionals. Through this, institution provides indirect service to the mankind in the society to overcome the problems of disability in the country, particularly in both Telugu states. So various services provided and clinical services include ENT consultation, auditory testing, pure tone impedance OAE, and BERA for hearing assessment, AVT and speech language therapy, cochlear implementation, surgery, and follow hearing aid sales and fitment services, psychotherapy, counseling, and guidance, free hearing aids distribution to poor children, conducting rural screening camps and exhibitions, physiotherapy services. Rehabilitation services are also provided, which include early intervention under CBR program, Employment Bureau for the Deaf and Rehabilitation Professionals, Marriage Bureau for the Deaf, legal cell for the hearing impaired, personality and leadership development, support for self-employment, coaching for competitive exams. So, achievements in the past 4 decades, that is over 40 years of service. Institution is the first NGO school for the deaf since 1985 and first English medium special school for the deaf established in 1991 and first intermediate college for the deaf in 1996 and first NGO to start DED hearing impaired teachers training in 1996 and first multiple handicapped special school deaf blind deaf MR in 1998 and first degree college for the deaf in 2005, first special school with IT technology in 2006, first NGO to launch preschool movement, and first NGO to start MSc audiology and MSc speech language pathology in 2018. Apart from that, it has received various awards and appreciations from various state and national level organizations, such as received state award in 2003, 2006, 2015, 2016, and 2017. Received Best Stall Award in Access 2003 at national level. Received National Award for the Best Institution in 2006. Received Lions Club International Award in 2010. So as all these organizations, institutions, are run by an NGO, donations made to these organizations are eligible for tax exemption under 80G of Income Tax Act and 12A. So as we have learned about the organization in brief, that gives an idea that this is not a commercial organization and it is an NGO dedicated to provide services. From this year, apart from all the above courses, a new course is launched, which is BSc Clinical Psychology Honors, which is a 4 years degree course in clinical psychology. So anyone from across the India, from any state, can directly approach the institute in the given numbers for the admission process. As of now, the admission process are going on for 2025-2026 batch, because this is the first time this course has been launched and there was a little bit delay in permissions. So we understand this is the mid of the year. So this is wonderful opportunity for those who are looking for making careers in medical and health and allied health professions. So those who have completed their intermediate with BIPC and MPC subjects with 50% of marks for general category and for SC/ST 45% of marks can utilize this opportunity. After completing this course, they can work in hospitals in India and abroad and work in rehabilitation centers, work in hospitals, clinics, institutions, work in special schools for various disabilities, or establish your own clinic as you will be getting license from RCA to practice clinical psychology and also study further master's and doctoral programs in clinical psychology and also take up research work under various funded projects. So coming to the course curriculum, as already mentioned, it's a 4-year course with 8 semesters, 2 semesters for each year. So the first semester consists of foundations of psychology. The first paper and the systems theory of psychology 1, social psychology, behavioral and communication skills, and psychology practical lab, which is lab-based 1. And in the second semester, we have courses Foundation Psychology 2, Systems and Theory of Psychology 2, Community Psychology, Behavioral and Communication Skills 2, and Psychology Practical 2, which is lab-based. So all the theory papers also include practical component, which prepares you to practice as a professional under professional supervision and guidance. And in the year 2, semester 3 and 4, semester 3 includes courses like papers like theories of personality, lifespan development, educational psychology, applied psychometric test scale development, psychological assessment 1. In semester 4, we have human psychology, lifespan development 2, positive psychology, community survey, both theory and community survey practical. In the third year, we have semester 5 and 6. Semester 5 consists of research methodology, psychopathology, psychological testing, computer applications in psychological research, clinical training, community-based. In semester 6, we have statistics, psychopathology 2, psychological testing 2, psychological first aid, clinical training, which is clinical based. And then in year 4, we have 2 semesters, semester 7 and semester 8. Semester 8 consists of clinical assessment, interviewing, MSc, case history, and clinical psychology 1, rehabilitation psychology, ethical practices in mental health, and followed by internship for 3 to 6 months, and dissertation, synopsis preparation, and presentation. In semester 8, we have diagnostic systems, clinical psychology 2, case submission, and viva voce, and followed by dissertation, submission, and viva voce. So this is how the entire course is designed, and the syllabus is same across the India. So this is a wonderful opportunity that after completing this course, you can register with RCA and get a license as clinical psychologist assistant so that you can practice on your own or work for any NGO, hospital, or corporate or in government sector. So if you have any queries, you can just raise your hand or use your chat box to share your feedback, messages, or any queries, questions you have. For admissions, you can contact the numbers displayed on the screen for the spot admissions. So you can immediately visit the institute and join so that you can save, this academic year. Yeah, once you complete the formalities, you will be getting all the details. The details Yeah, you can find all the details from the RCA website. You can download syllabus from the RCA website if you want, or we can also provide you. The same syllabus is applicable for all the colleges. And you can also find the list of colleges, also approved colleges, in the website. Can use chat box. I will be picking up the messages from chat box. Yes. Yeah, students from any state can join, can apply. You can call and send, initially send documents, complete the application process, as classes have already started recently. So you can join immediately, take or complete the admission process at the earliest, as spot admissions are going on. Yeah, you can practice on your own, or you can also work in hospitals or clinics. Yeah, thank you. Okay, anyone else, if they would like to ask any questions, you can use chat box. Okay, there are no further questions, then kindly pass on this information to your friends and colleagues, those who are looking for the opportunities in mental health, so they can save their time, valuable time. Those who are looking for a career in medical and health industry, this is a wonderful course. Yes, yes. You can join in the same academic year once you complete, because the permission got delayed. So you can still enroll in the current academic year. So you will save, this academic year. As you all know, it's almost the end of the academic year. It's almost February. Now this is January, the last days. So you'll be saving. Otherwise, generally, the admissions process takes place in June. Yeah, for further details, you can contact us in the contact numbers displayed on the flyer. This flyer will also be shared with you, those who have registered with us, with the registration link which we have shared. Yeah. So if there are no further queries, then we shall end the session. No, it's not online. All courses, medical health and allied mental health or allied health or paramedical courses, all are now regular mode only, in physical mode. No courses are offered through distance or online mode. They have removed recently, UGC has given instructions, so there will be no online course in psychology. Okay, thank you. Any further queries? And we request everyone to quickly submit your mark your attendance by filling up the registration form, which has been shared in the form of polls. The Google form is for your registration, and to mark your attendance for this webinar, we have shared a registration form in the form of polls. That will end once the meeting ends. So we request everyone to fill and submit all the details correctly, because this data will be used for generating your certificates, webinar participation certificates. So you can visit the website, which is already included in the registration message. After 2nd February, as we have conducted series of webinars in this week, so for all the webinars, we'll be preparing certificate and we'll be updating it on the website. There will be a Google Drive link from where you download your certificates for those who have minimum 50 to 75% of attendance for the webinar. Yeah, any one day, like we have conducted couple of days, whichever day you are attending, you will be getting the certificate for that day. So as the content is more or less same, so no need to attend all the webinars. Any one webinar you can attend completely and you will be getting certificate for that day if you have registered and marked your attendance. So as you know, this is an NGO. So don't keep calling us for the certificates if you are, we are already preoccupied with limited resources. So let's, contribute in whatever way it is possible to the organization. So we have research work, and you can also volunteer as it is an NGO, in clinical services or whether, any kind of activities, or you can sponsor students' education as per your capacity, or spread the word. At least, various services are offered and, various courses are offered. You can spread the word and you can also help them to build a career. Okay, I think if there are no further queries, yes. Can you use chat box? Yeah, you can contact the organization and write a request or a mail, willingness to volunteer, and accordingly, we will update you whenever there is an opportunity. As you know, almost we will have activities around the year. So based on your convenience, you can volunteer. You can send a request and we will, you might have received the registration form to your email ID once you have submitted. So to the same email ID, you can just put a request to the chairman. So we will let you know the formalities. So thank you, everyone, for your time and patience in participating and learning about the course. So we request everyone to share this information with your friends, colleagues, family and relatives, so that whoever requires, who is looking for admission after 10+2, this is a wonderful opportunity, which is a job guaranteed course or employment guaranteed course or entrepreneurship guaranteed course. After course, you can get immediately employed. So for any other further information also, you can contact us. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining this course. webinar, which have given insights into the course and career pathways in psychology. We express our gratitude to our staff and our chairman and the head department of clinical psychology, and also to all the participants for your valuable participation. So after second, you can visit the website to download your participation certificates if you are eligible. That is, you have registered and you have marked your attendance. The minimum eligibility criteria is, you should have 50 to 75% of attendance for any single day on that day, whichever webinar you have attended. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Good night. We wish you all the success for your future endeavors.